name's Rebecca Small. I'm a Tufts student. I'm a senior, so with luck, I will be graduating this May. And last fall, when I was a junior, I took this anthropology class called Urban Borderlands. We all wrote our own research papers about the immigrant restaurant scene in Somerville, which is really, really diverse and interesting because Somerville is a super vibrant immigrant community. And we had worked with the Arts Council a little bit. And when I was thinking about what I wanted to do this fall in terms of sort of like an internship type thing or being more involved in the Somerville community that Urban Borderlands had exposed me to. I had worked with Rachel before, so I asked her if they might need any help on any of the programs that they run, and she told me about this language exchange that they do. When I was in elementary school, it was strangely enough, in San Francisco where there are so many different languages spoken, French was the only language that they offered. So I had to learn it when I was younger, and I just wanted, I wanted to see it through. So I kept learning it in high school, and then when I got to college, I decided to keep studying it because I eventually wanted to study abroad. The best way to learn a language is to just be forced to speak it and really be in a community in which sort of like your success depends on practicing this language. So it really forced me to speak it, and I also, when you live in a country full of any language speakers or French speakers in this case, you become exposed to a side of the language that's a lot more colorful, and what people use, like certain expressions they use, and also there's slang and stuff that just people say in their daily lives that you don't learn in classes, which is really exciting and interesting to pick up. What's really interesting is that obviously in Somerville we have a really large Haitian population and they speak Creole, and it sort of draws from a number of languages, French notably. So a lot of the people who speak French in Intercambios they're pretty much all Haitians. So they speak Creole, but they also know French because it's the language that they learn in and do work in at school. So it's been interesting because I picked up just a tiny little bit of Creole, and it's been really interesting to be able to understand Creole just because they're French and be able to sort of figure some things out and see what relates and what doesn't and what sort of derives from what, and that's been fun. It's really, really interesting because when you talk for someone for an hour and a half each week, inevitably you end up sort of sharing life stories and interests, and I think one of the things that makes Somerville so interesting is something that sort of as a student, like enclosed the little Tufts bubble, that I definitely didn't see was just how colorful and varied like the population is here and where they come from and sort of like what brings them all to Somerville. So that's been really exciting to catch little snapshots of that as the weeks have gone on. I'm hoping to go work abroad in France for a year or so after I graduate, so I'm hoping I will. So Intercambios is a really great way for me to maintain the language skills that I acquired abroad, that I will hopefully put to use next year. One of the really great things about Intercambios, I think, is that it's really mutually beneficial because you have these people who are learning English and then all these other native English speakers who want to learn another language. So I think it's a really nice way to exchange language in a way that benefits both people and sort of utilizes natural language abilities to help each other out. And I think that's a really cool way to learn and exchange language.